What will you gain from my new book, Characteristics of Women in the Bible, where I'm dealing with 12 ordinary women with extraordinary lessons that we can apply to our daily life? I knew about 2014, 15, I did a series in Women of Destiny, which is a ministry that the Lord blessed me with. Now, this year, October, will be 14 years. But a couple of years ago, I did a series about women in the Bible, and the ladies had the ladies as well, kind of research and find out about a woman that impact their life that was in the Bible. And so I also did a series on my YouTube page. And I knew God brought it back to my remembrance last year. Like, this is something that you need to kind of write about because you see them differently, these women in the Bible. And I'm dealing with some that I haven't never really dealt with, that I really had to research and find out more about them. But I knew that there was a couple of reasons why I knew I had to write this book. Of course, when writing a book, I feel like you're leaving a legacy. And with this book, it's more like a workbook, or not a workbook, but a guide. I did a guide for pastor wives, so I knew I needed to do a guide for women, for them to be able to see other women through their eyes that are in the Bible, to kind of see that, man, you're not the only one. Like, these women been through it before us, and they have paved the way for us, and they will leave an impact for us. And so I knew I had to do a couple of things. And so why did I write the book? 5 reasons why. Number one is because I knew I wanted to use women that have inspired me. So I wanted to have inspiration that can allow us to see role models that are in our book. So number one, I would say um, inspiration for role models that were in the book or in the Bible that could be able to help us, that we can learn from these powerful women, even if they messed up, even if they did right. Because I have some women that they made mistakes, because I'm like them. I would say, I am you and you are me. Or should these women in the Bible say they are them and they are us? And so they like role models. And so I knew I had to use people like Elizabeth. I had to use people like Esther. I had to use people like Rahab. I had to use other people that were able to show us that, man, we messed up, right? But we they learned. And so I kind of deep dive into the lessons of their lives. Number two, I wanted to go deeper to understand the Bible and the feminine part and the soft part of a woman. I used to do a conference called Think Pink Conference, and the thing behind it was to say soft, stay sweet. I wanted to show the feminine side of a woman that leads, but she's feminine, she's soft, she's sweet. I wanted to show the feminine side of the Bible to another woman, to show them how these women have explored um, the life and made an impact. So I wanted to go deeper to kind of explore that part of them, to kind of pull out the scripture and the eisegetical part of it, the homiletics, the humiletics of the scripture. Okay, I wanted to go deeper, but in my perspective. Okay, not nobody else. The Tonyanized version of this book is what I'm showing you. So I wanted to go deeper. So you're gonna gain the deeper side of the scripture through the Tonyanized version of it. The third thing that you would gain from this book is insight into spiritual growth and development. Really discovering how to cultivate, how to understand who these women are, how to gain strength from them, how to gain humility from them, how to gain wisdom from them, and how to create devotion within your life and build affirmation for your life that can allow you to grow spiritually and fully in God. I wanted to be able to do that through this book, right? The fourth thing I wanted to do through this book was to show leadership, empowering leadership within the woman. Because sometimes we as women, we feel like that we have to voice our opinion. We got to say how we feel, and don't realize that a woman in leadership There's such a femininity to us. I don't know if that's the right word, but there's such a feminine side to us that we can move in leadership or walk in a room and don't have to say a word, but the leadership in us shows up versus us opening our mouth and people don't want to even hear you, but allowing them to see your heart. So that I really want the goal of this book to change the heart of a woman and not allow, and I said it on one of my TikToks and I heard somebody say it, to not to allow the hell in us to bleed out of our hearts, but to transform our hearts so our hearts can be pure and show the love of Christ, and especially through those in leadership. So it's a lot of women that I'm dealing with within leadership. And I also talk about leadership and the woman being in leadership. That we don't have to be so loud, but our presence is loud enough because we walk in humility, we walk in the strength of God, and we walk in awareness to understand that everybody in this room may not like me, but it's okay. It may be because of the insecurity that's in them, but understanding I still got to be me. Yeah, I deal with that in this book. Lastly, the thing that I want you to gain from this book is practical lessons of everyday life. Practical lessons of everyday life. Like, these women were just like us. You know, they go through, even if I can just give a snippet of the woman with the issue of blood, I kind of deal with her because I'm in the state of Perry. Okay. And when get ready, I'm gonna do something with that. But in the state of Perry, and I'm watching through her through the lens of the scripture of how she went through and for years. And I now just introducing to Perry. And if you don't know what Perry is, menopause. Yeah. I'm getting older. And so she unpacked, allowed me to unpack her and unpacked what she had dealt with and what she experienced as a woman, which gave me the inspiration to keep going, gave me the inspiration to kind of embrace where I am. Just the lessons, everyday life, Vesta, made a decision because she got enough feelings that showed us it equaled failure. But at the same time, it was her decision, her choice. I deep dive into that. So this is what you will gain from this book, man. I can't wait till you get it in your hand. Pre-order sale coming soon. So you might be watching this, and the pre-order sale is actually on my birthday, June the 22nd. If it's not that day yet and this has been posted, just wait. You'll have the link to be able to. We're still working on it if it's not available, but get my book. If you're ready to write a book, reach out to me. Yeah, so for my birthday month, that's what I want. I want to pour into you as you pour into me. So you buying a book, which will also, you will be able to gain a book from me. I don't want you to just give me money. I want you to be able to give me something, but I want you to give something and gain something. That's the kind of girl I am. I like we grow together, right? So be a part of that. Enjoying it. It's my birthday month. Thank you so much for rocking out with more videos to come about this book, man. Go on the journey with me. Subscribe and like this page so that you can get the notifications I'm sharing on my YouTube. Of course, I'm going to share every other platform that I have. Until then, if you don't remember anything else, remember you are a product of God's grace and mercy. When you see yourself through God's eyes and not people, stay blessed. Bye-bye. My name is Tonya Harden. I'm the founder of Tonya Harden Ministries. And identify this media definitely after the pandemic. That's the Tonya Harden. Notifications here on this page. Here comes